Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Haider Ali Himmat Wala. I am a video editor and a automation specialist. Whenever we have opportunity to sit down with an inspiring and accomplished guest, our goal is to learn from their journey and share valuable insight with our audience. Today, it is my great honor to welcome Mr. Gabe. Mr. Gabe is the former director of engineering for the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command and former NASA engineer at Kennedy Space Center, a member of a NASA Speaker Bureau for 11 years, an international speaker who has presented in more than 20 countries and sighted guided on blind. Mr. Gabe, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure and honor to have with us. Let's begin our conversation. My first question is, could you introduce yourself and tell us little about your background?
Certainly. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy doing these interviews. You all are awesome. I know you take them serious. I take them serious as well. So it's a pleasure for me to share this time with you. And I look at it as a team effort. You know, we're doing this together. Together we have a common goal and we're equal. So it's my pleasure to have this opportunity. So my name is Gabe, which is a nickname, and this is what my friends call me. This is what I ask everyone to call me. I know because of age or culture, sometimes it's uncomfortable to do that, and that's fine. You can call me anything you like. It doesn't matter, whatever's comfortable. But yeah, I was in the Air Force, and then from the Air Force, I went to NASA at Kennedy Space Center as a civil structural type of engineer. It was the most amazing thing I've ever done as far as just the environment of Kennedy Space Center. With we have ships going to planets, we have ships going to stars, we have all this magical environment around us. It's just so much fun for me, and I love to travel around the world and share it with students like you and let you know what it's really like.
Okay, thank you so much for introducing yourself. So, sir, what was your journey to NASA like?
It's an adventure. My journey is always exciting. It's always an adventure. My life is really very interesting in many ways because life kind of directs me. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I never do it. Every day I think I'm going to do something, something else happens. So I say I'm along for the ride. I don't understand where I'm going. I don't understand how I'm getting there, but I'm enjoying the journey. And it's been blast. It's been so much fun. And the most fun I've ever done in my life is speaking with you, speaking with students. I really, really enjoy it. I can see you want to learn from this, and most of the students from Rayhan School have the same approach. So I really enjoy the opportunity. I've been to Pakistan either 3 or 4 times, and Rayhan School many times, and hopefully I'll see you and some of your friends in October.
Okay. So, sir, what do you remember most about your first day at Kennedy Space Center?
I think it was just make believe come reality. I had been to Kennedy Space Center before, but never really as somebody who had a job there and was there on a permanent basis. I'd kind of passed through it, and it was everything I imagined and more. Everywhere you looked, every wall, every building, every office, there's pictures of space. There's pictures of the stars. Your mind is always going to these magical places, and then you see great big buildings and you see ships being put together. They go to a launch pad, and you can see all of this, and then they take off and they go to space. So it's really so much fun for me. And my first day was, wow, I'm really here. How lucky am I? And I'm going to make the most of this.
Okay. So, sir, what is your favorite memory from your time at NASA?
I have so many. Every day was a new adventure. Every day was exciting. Being at Kennedy Space Center, being NASA, you can just be driving down the road, like minding your own business, and all of a sudden you see this big rocket. It's on a big truck. Maybe 100 meters long, and it's got many, many wheels, and it's coming down the road. This is just something that happens on a day-to-day basis. But my most precious memory, and my memory more than anything, are the launches when the ships take off. We call it a launch because it's sent up so fast. It's launched up into space. It's not flying up to space. It's launched so fast. And the launches are ma amazing for me. We're about 5 kilometers away, and sounds like a long ways away, but it's actually pretty close. But at 5 kilometers, you really can't see the ship and you really can't hear it. But you're kind of looking in a direction, you know where it is, you're waiting to see it take off, and all of a sudden you get like a vibration in your feet. Your body is shaking a little bit. These things have 3 million kilos of lift, which means to push, to go up, you have to push down with 3 million kilos. So they start the engines and they're trying to take off, but they're locked on the launch pad and they're pushing down on the earth up to 3 million kilos. They're so powerful, they literally shake the earth. So you're standing there and your body is shaking a little bit, and all the cars feel it. They think somebody's trying to break in. So horns are honking, lights are flashing, sirens are going off, your body is shaking. And when this thing takes off, it's so majestic. It goes really slow, makes a turn, and you're watching it. You still don't hear anything. And then all of a sudden you're looking there and you hear it there. It goes so fast it leaves the sound behind. And the sound, you can feel the sound. You don't only hear it, you feel it. It's just the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing. Okay, sir. What were your key responsibility in the role?
I'm a civil structural type of engineer. As a civil structural type of engineer, it doesn't matter where you are, Karachi or America, it doesn't matter. You do the same thing. You deal with roads and bridges and roofs and buildings, the infrastructure of a city or the infrastructure of Kennedy Space Center. So I had a kind of unique job. I dealt with roads and bridges and Florida is a peninsula, which means it's surrounded by water on 3 sides. There's many rivers and many lakes throughout Florida, and the flight hardware comes by truck or comes by train, and they have to go over many bridges. So if the bridges aren't functioning correctly, you can't get the flight hardware to the Space Center for the launches. So bridges are an important part of keeping the Space Center going. So I might go into work one day and they say, Gabe, this bridge isn't working. Go figure out why. So I go to the bridge tender, the operator, why isn't this thing working? What's wrong with it? How do we figure it out? How do we fix it? And how much does it cost? So for me, it was awesome because every day I was outside going somewhere else, seeing something new, and it was awesome for me.
Okay, nice. So, sir, what leadership lesson did you learn during your career?
Yeah, well, it's not so much a career. I think it's just life. You learn a lot of things. It doesn't matter what you do. You learn a lot from life. You're learning from this interview right now. I'm learning from this interview right now. I feel we are a team, and I can learn from you. And you're to me are more important than me because you're directing the interview. You're asking the questions. So you're really in charge of what happens. And I enjoy sharing this with you. And I see the look in your eyes. I see you really care about this and you want to do well and you want to learn. And so for me, I talk about 3 things. These things are the most important lessons I've ever learned. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. If you learn those 3 things, you will never work. Nothing will ever be hard. You'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. My goal when I'm speaking with you or anybody is to have you do the same thing the same way, but learn to think about it differently. Instead of hard work, think about an adventure, an opportunity, a challenge, a journey. Make it fun mentally, and it will become fun. Learn to believe in yourself. When you have a strong belief in yourself, you'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just believe you can do it. And when you enjoy it, you do it better. So my lessons always to share are those 3 things. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. You will never work, nothing will be hard, you will never have stress or pressure, and you will be very successful. It's just 100% mental.
Okay, nice. So, sir, what was the biggest challenge you faced, and how did you overcome it?
So every day is a challenge to me. Everything I do is a challenge. So I'm used to doing challenges. I love a challenge. I love the sense of accomplishment when you complete a challenge, no matter what it is. I approach everything the same way. You know, anybody can do something. Anybody can do something. Can you enjoy doing something? This is the biggest challenge. Can you enjoy whatever you do? And once you learn to do that, if you make everything you do your favorite thing to do as you are doing it, right now, My most favorite thing in the world is speaking with you. I set this time aside to devote to you, to speak with you. It's the only thing I care about when I'm doing it. After this interview, I'm going out, I'm going to be working on a car. It will be my favorite thing to do. Always stay in the present, always enjoy what you do, and feel good about yourself.
Okay, sir. So, what was it like being part of the NASA speaker video for 11 years?
It was awesome. I never thought I would be a speaker in my life. If somebody would have said to me, "Here's $1 million, go speak," I would have said, "No way, I'm not going to speak. I'm not a speaker. I don't do this kind of stuff." So it kind of happened by accident. And NASA Speakers Bureau had found about some things I was doing and asked me to join. And it opened up many, many doors because every day you would get requests from different schools, different universities. We need a NASA speaker for this, a NASA speaker for that. I would volunteer for all of that stuff. So it opened up many, many doors. It taught me to have confidence in myself. And it was just great, great adventure, something I never thought I would do, but it really turned out well. And I'm so thankful for it.
Okay, nice. So, sir, how do you connect with audience from different cultures?
One of the things I've learned, and this is really important, one of the things I've learned more than anything else, and I've been to 20 countries now, and I've done to do this with kids from 5 years old through adults. And what I've learned more than anything else is how much we are alike. You might think you're different in Pakistan from somebody in Norway. Your cultures are different. The way you look is different. But you are the same. Uh, it amazes me how much we are alike. So I approach everybody the same, with respect and kindness, and try to see what I can learn from this person, what I can share with this person. But for me, I think the biggest thing is how much we are alike. It absolutely amazes me.
Okay. So, sir, what inspired you become a sighted guide for a blind triathlete?
Yeah, it was really interesting. I had a very good friend, and his name is Randall, and he's blind. And on Kennedy Space Center, we have a space shuttle. Space shuttle looks like a rocket, a plane, but it's really a rocket ship. So it goes up like a rocket ship, but it comes back down like a plane, like on a runway. So at Kennedy Space Center, when the shuttle comes back from space, there's a big long runway like at an airport. And this is where the shuttle lands. Every year, they have a 5K run. They allow everybody to go out on the shuttle landing strip and do this 5K run for exercise and for a really cool place to do it. So my buddy Randall, he said to me, "Hey Gabe, I want to do this shuttle landing strip, but I don't want to run. I want to walk." I said, "Man, I can't walk for 5 kilometers. We got to run." But he said, "I can't. I'm blind." And I said, "Well, you do everything else. You have a business. You do everything. Let's go figure this out." So we actually have a rope, a small rope that I hold one end, he holds the other end, and that's how we stay connected during this 5K run. But it was him asking me to do that, and me saying to him, "Yes, we'll do it, but we're not going to walk, we're going to run." So we kind of went out and started out just walking side by side and talking. Remember, he's blind, he can't see anything. And so he's staying beside me, listening to my talk, using my voice as a guide. And we're walking and walking, and I said, "Okay, let's run a little bit." So we started running a little bit. The whole time I'm talking to him every second. And then he went online and he said, "Hey, Gabe, look, we can hold a rope. I can hold one end, you can hold the other end. That way you won't have to talk all the time. I can feel the rope." And so that's how we kind of got started. And it was amazing. And from there we went into triathlons, and the triathlons are really special.
Okay, amazing. Mm, how do you define success?
I think success, everybody has their own definition of success. For me, the challenge to overcome anything that I do and enjoy doing it. It doesn't matter whether, people think, "Oh, I want to do this." And if they think they didn't do it, they think, "Oh, I failed. I didn't do what I wanted." I never think failure. I think learning experience. Anytime you do something, you're going to learn as you go. And you're not going to do things correctly because you don't know how to do them until you do it. So you never fail. You always learn. So to me, everything I do is a challenge, not to do things, but to enjoy doing things and to feel good about the effort. It's not the results. It's the effort that's involved. If you've done the best you can and it's not what you want, you can't fault yourself. You can't say, "I failed." You did the best you can. Feel good about that effort. If it's not what you want, do it again. You will learn, you will get better. Every time you learn, you get better and better until you get what you want. But always feel good about your effort. This is really important.
Okay, nice. So, sir, how has serving other influenced your perspective on life?
Say that first part again. I didn't quite hear the first part.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you say the question again, please?
Okay, okay. How has serving other influenced your perspective on your life?
For me, I take life one day at a time and I take it an adventure at a time. I think the perspective of being around the Space Center and being around others in the Space Center was great for me. But one time my first job was at McDonald's. So I had a job working at McDonald's making burgers and fries. And I enjoyed that the same as I did the Space Center. It's not quite the same because at McDonald's, you don't have ships going to space and you don't have the launches. But to me, every day is a learning experience. Every day, you want to be thankful, you want to be kind to others, you want to treat others with respect. And wherever that takes you, feel good about your effort and yourself. That's the most important for me.
Okay, nice. So, sir, how do you deal with failure and setbacks?
Yeah, so I never say failure. First of all, I never fail. You never fail. You always learn. And you learn most when things don't go as you expect. So you never fail. You may not achieve what you wanted, but that doesn't mean you failed because you learn in the process and you take that knowledge forward and you do it again and you get better and you keep getting better until you get what you want. But sometimes things takes time and there's a learning curve involved in everything. And we can't expect to know everything for something we've never done. So most of the time there is a lot of learning curves, but I never think of failure ever because you never fail. You learn, and when you learn, you become a better and wiser person. You take that knowledge with you into the future, and you learn from those decisions, and you alter your decisions, and ultimately, I think you get what you want.
Okay, nice. So, how do you think AI will change engineer and airface?
Yeah, that's a really good question because AI is evolving so fast. I'm not sure we even understand what's happening. All of a sudden, everything you do has AI involved. I go online, I want to order parts. I race cars, I want to order some car parts. First thing I see, you AI assisted. Do you want to do that or do you not want to do that? And so I'm seeing AI assistants everywhere I go, and I don't really understand what that means. I know what it means in theory, but I don't know what it means in practicality. Like if I want to order a car part and I go online and I go to this manufacturer, I want to order this part, and it says this is AI assisted. I'm not sure what that means. I know the theory of what it means, but I don't know whether there's a little mechanical man sitting there doing something or is it a computer? What exactly is AI that's not a person that I'm trying to figure out? But I think it's evolving so fast. Uh, Technology is going so fast we can't even keep up with it. My biggest concern and my primary concern is always people. We never want to forget how important people are. And I don't care what they do with AI. Without people, there is no AI. And without people to maintain and update the AI, even though supposedly it can do it itself, I still think we never want to forget the importance of people.
Okay, nice. So, sir, how do you think AI will, sorry. If you could start your career again, would you do anything differently?
Yeah, I always talk about it. If I could change anything, I hated school. I really hated school and I struggled in school. And it was my choice. I chose to hate it because I love the beach and I love sports. And I was always wanted to be at the beach in sports instead of in school. So I never gave school a chance. I think the only thing I would do would be to pay more attention in school and just try to see how well I could do and see where it takes me. But I've learned to overcome that as an adult, and I learned to enjoy school and learning. But I think if I could do anything over, I would try to do that part differently.
Okay. So, sir, what daily habits have contributed most to your success?
I think I have a great way of looking at things. I've never worked one day in my life. I've always had fun doing what I do. And that doesn't mean people see you laughing and smiling. They think you're not trying hard. People think You have to be complaining. Oh, this is so hard and that's so hard, and always be moaning and groaning because you do something you have to not like it. I've always enjoyed everything I've done. I don't know why. I just had fun doing it. My first job was at McDonald's. I love doing that. I was driving a truck. It was fun doing that. Everything I've ever done has been fun. I've really enjoyed it. I've never ever thought I'm going to work. I've always thought, aren't I lucky to be doing what I'm doing? It's giving me a little of income. I'm really, really thankful for the job. And I think my biggest thing is just enjoying everything I do.
Okay, nice. So, sir, what message would you like share with young people and Pakistan, young people in Pakistan and around in the world?
Yeah, my message is always the same. Remember those three things. Do your best. Do your best. It's easy. On this interview, challenge yourself to do your best. I'm challenging myself to do my best as well. I devote these 30 minutes every day. I do interviews and I devote these 30 minutes totally to you. So always do your best. It's so important. There will be times in your life when you find yourself in a situation where you have to do your best to be successful. If you practice it all of the time, when that time happens, you'll do it easily. If you don't practice it, you might get nervous, you might mess up. Always do your best. Enjoy everything you can do. You can do this interview and enjoy it or not. Either way, you will do it. It's how you choose to see it. Find positives in everything you do. If you can't find a positive, say to yourself, it could be worse. It becomes a positive. Never have a negative experience. And most importantly, learn to believe in yourself. Very few people have that. Doesn't matter how much money they have, doesn't matter how successful they are. They don't believe in themselves. That's why they have stress. That's why they have pressure. So most things start with a thought or a dream. You take that dream, you write it down, say, this is my goal. And you ask yourself, what steps do I take to achieve it? Plan small steps. Don't be in a hurry. Every time you complete a step, it will give you confidence, help you develop that belief in yourself. And you want to build and build and build slowly. Don't be in a hurry. And one day you will say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe you can do anything, you will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just believe you can do it. And you go do it. And when you enjoy it, you do it better. So that's always my message, those three things. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself.
Okay, sir. Um, Finally, what is the one piece of advice you would like everyone watching this interview to remember?
Yeah, it's the same thing every time when I'm asked for advice. Those three things. It's really, really simple. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. Learn those three things. You will never work. Nothing will ever be hard. You'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You'll be very successful and have fun doing it. It doesn't mean you don't try your best. It doesn't mean you don't do your best, but you can have fun and be successful. I hear this hard work all of the time, hard work, hard work. Well, for most people, hard and work, they're not something they really like. But if you make it fun, if you enjoy it, make it an adventure, make it an opportunity, a challenge, make it fun, enjoy doing it, you will do so much better.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much once again for your time and for sharing your incredible journey, experience, and wisdom with us. It has truly been an inspiring conversation, and I am sure your audience has learned a great deal from your story. To everyone watching, thank you for being with us. If you enjoyed with interview, please like, share, subscribe for more inspiring conversation with remarkable people from around the world. I am Haider Ali Himmat Wala. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and Assalamu alaikum.
Goodbye, everybody. Hopefully, I'll see you in Pakistan in October or November. Ciao, ciao.